Agashe.
아저씨 이게 뭐야? Hello everybody, Agashe here. So last time I did a review on Squid with up to 5 episodes, the first 5 episodes, and I was gonna give it a shot just to watch for the whole of it, and it was just because I was bored and I stumbled upon it and I need a drama to watch because I'm kind of low on what to watch, so I watched it and I did a review with you guys and I actually finished it. It is a total of 41 episodes and it finished airing already with English subtitle and everything, and so I watched it. So today I'm going to be doing the recap from episode 6 all the way till 41, recapping just basically the main stuff that happens, main plot and everything like that, and then I will be giving you guys my thoughts and everything on this drama. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So from episode 6 to 13 right there, we get a little bit more backstory of Han Xiangyang, the main character, and why he is the way he is. Because 10 years ago, 10 years ago he arrived in Beijing to join Team Solo, and he got to meet the group and realized that they were living in a small house together, working as a team, and a family, everything on their gaming stuff like that. So back then Team Solo was the first team he joined before he created his team, Team K&K. And so we get to meet I Ching, and known as Apple Dog, and Solo, known as Wang Hao, and they had a thing for each other but nobody knew about it, and Solo, Wang Hao, was the leader of this group, Team Solo. That's why it's called Solo. And then, the team was living in a cramped small house and they were never winning any games or any competitions, and they never got any sponsorship. So they were kind of like low on money and causing chaos between them. So we got a little bit of that, and then we flash back to the beginning, not the beginning, the present time of now, why Han Xiangyang, he keeps a cold heart and face and everything towards his team, towards people, and have his team work hard and not have them worry about him or anything like that. And he's always providing for him. It's because he had a really bad experience past with his previous team. That's why he's different now with Team K&K. And then we flash to meeting his grandpa. His grandpa is visiting from Norway, and his grandpa is now in China, and his grandpa takes him to go matchmaking, and he ends up meeting Tonian and her family. She lives with her parents and her aunt and cousins or something like that. They come over, they visit and stuff like that. And Han Xiangyang was getting matchmake with her, Tonian's cousin, but he has like no interest in her, And then they go on like this family dinner thingy to kind of matchmake and everything like that. So Han Xiangyang was going to get matchmake with Tonian's cousin, and Tonian was actually going to get matchmake with Wu Bai. And we get introduced to Wu Bai. He is played by Hu Yi-tin, and he is the captain of Team K&K, and he's also Han Xiangyang's cousin. So Xiao Bai, they call him Xiao Bai, Little Bai, he shows up at dinner and he realized that who they're getting matchmade to. So he makes an announcement that Han Xiangyang and Tonian has been dating. Therefore, it makes the family go like, what the hell's going on? So he's all like, Xiao Bai's like, so you guys should have matchmade me with Tonian because she's actually my girlfriend. And so the whole point he's been saying this because Tonian was kind of like following them from their fan meeting and stuff like that, and she has interest in Han Xiangyang, and people like their team thinks that that's his girlfriend and everything like that. So he makes a deal with Tonian that let's be boyfriend and girlfriend and be together with be together and everything. Let's fake it all because I don't want to get matchmake, and probably same for you too. So the two of them ends up being in a fake relationship on purpose. And in the meantime of doing that, his grandfather starts to love Tonyin, accepts her as his, granddaughter-in-law and everything like that. He loves having her around and all these stuff like that. And then we get to see Han Shangyan. He leaves for a competition into the States, and he spends the time miserably there because it was actually his birthday, and he doesn't get it celebrate with him or something like that. And then Tonyin supports him. She's always like calling him, making sure things is fine, making sure he's not alone and stuff like that. And then we get introduced more into his past, that he had a very horrible past and hardship in the past, and which it didn't pan out well, and that's why he ended up picking up the team and putting them together, and he provided a lot for his team, and he gives them everything. So Team Solo was going through difficulties with financial and getting along and everything like that, and Solo Wang Hao, he was not actually doing very good for the team, so it was creating a lot of problems and everything like that, and he got pretty much involved with one of their team members too, and then he chose to retire, and the team fell out because they didn't have anyone to take care of them anymore, and they didn't have money and they didn't have anywhere to go. So Han Shangyang, he created Team K&K, and he chose to never do that to his team. He chose to never get emotionally involved so that his teammates will forever carry on everything that they do. And so in episode 12, we get Antonia. She gets drunk and she stays over at Han Shangyang's playing company gaming that they stay at together to practice and everything, where his team is at. And she gets really crazy drunk, and she tells her feelings to him and everything like that, even though she realized it's fake. And then she feels so embarrassed, and she felt like she was stupid because he never liked her. That's how she felt. So in episode 13, she breaks up with him, and he didn't stop or say anything, and he agreed, okay, let's end this relationship. So from episode 14 to 23 right there, the couple goes through a difficult breakup. Han Changyan, he's being very difficult, stubborn, and hard to break through. He misses Tonyan a lot, and but he refused to admit it, and he suffers. He stays in his room, he doesn't eat and everything like that. And then his teammates sees it, but they don't know what to do, and eventually Tonyan comes back and she admits it that she doesn't want to break up with him. She actually really does like him, and she doesn't want the relationship to be fake, and he agrees with it too. So they get back together, and we get a lot of their lovey-dovey starts from episode 14, 15 on there. And then Han Shangyan goes off to another competition, and there he meets an old fan of his, which is Zhu Shang. She had feelings for him before, and then Tonyan decides to come for a surprise visit to at the competition, and she ends up meeting this girl, and this girl tries to break off her and Han Shangyan, but he doesn't care. He pushes this girl away because he's insanely in love with Tonyan now. And more stuff of their gaming along with their players, and Tonyan returns home before Han Shangyan does, and he continues on with his gaming competitions. And when he returns, his grandfather and him visit Tonyan's family pretty much to settle everything so that they can get the kids engaged, or agree on marriage and everything like that for the future. And we get to see Tonyan's mother, who had a talk with Han Shangyan, and she told him that he was never going to be good enough for Tonyan and his attitude and everything. So pretty much the mom didn't like him, and this got Han Shangyan to realize that he's probably isn't good enough for Tonyan because of his personality and how he is. And so he breaks up with her again because he took these words literally, and he felt like he was never going to make Tonyan happy with the life situation he has and everything like that. And so he breaks up with her, and he tells her that he got introduced to a more prettier girl, and he's going to go through with this different matchmaking, and if it goes well, he's going to choose this girl over Tonyan. And so he never liked her anyways, and it was just she was a fan of him, and he just wanted to make her happy. So that came out. He said that to her. He broke up with her, and he ran away. He ran away to, I think it was Sweden, to meet his stepmother. And throughout that time, he pretty much experienced some stuff with it, and he realized that he really loves Tonyan, but he just doesn't have the guts to admit to it. So from episode 24 to 27 there, the breakup is still going on. The two of them don't speak to each other. His teammate starts to see that he really is suffering. He's not eating, he's not sleeping, he's getting sick, but he's acting tough. And, they try to bring them together, but he's like, oh my god, I'm sorry, Han Chang-yeon was just such an A in these couple episodes. Tony returns his belongings to him, and he just took it, and he was just kind of like, whatever, that's it for us, so okay, I'll take it back and let's not talk again, but truthfully, he's just stubborn, and he watches her from far away, and he takes care of her from far away, and it's kind of just like, oh my god, and it's just so lame. And then we get introduced to Wang Hao. His character kind of comes into play from episode 26 to 27 there. So he has a daughter who hates him and his ex-wife. So Wang Hao and his ex-wife, they had a daughter together. They got divorced, and he took custody of the child, and the mother is not allowed to see the child. So now the child has grown up to be pretty much like a teenage, probably age 14 to 15, around there and stuff like that. And it's like a messed up situation now for the daughter. So the daughter, she hates her parents, and she doesn't want to speak to them. She never sees anything through to her parents at all. And so Tony and Han Chang-yeon ends up becoming, fixing the family problem here in these two episodes. And it got the two of them to reconnected again. And Tony finds out that Han Chang-yeon still has feelings for him, but he just refused to admit his feelings for her. Then from episode 28 to 30 right there, Tonya figures out that it was actually Han Chang-yeon had a conversation with her mother. That's why he's acting the way he is, and he admits it. He admits it that he broke up with her and lied that he found another girl, but the truth is he went away to stay with his stepmother, and he just made it look like he went to see another girl. And when he went to visit his stepmother, it made him realize that he can't let go of her, and like his grandfather has stated to him before, that he should realize that no one cares for him and no one can treat him better than Tony. And she's the only person who can take up all his crap, and she doesn't get fed up with it. She can deal with his type of person, which nobody can. People get fed up with it and they don't want to deal with him, while she can, and she doesn't care of what he is. So he realized that, and he's pretty much saying that, I'm gonna become a better man for you, regardless of what your mother says. So he becomes, they get back together, and the mom realized that, he was actually a pretty good man for her daughter too. The mom admits her wrong and let the two of them to be together because he makes her happy. They truly love each other. It's just he doesn't show it much, And then we get to see more of Han Chang-yeon and his team going on more competition. They win, and all these stuff like that. So they do well in their competition. We get to see a little bit of his team. They play around, and all these stuff like that. It's just a lot of them involving game. More so, their gaming is more like cyber security type of game, stuff like that. So it's not really like gaming, cartoon fighting type of way. It's just more so cyber security gaming. So from episode 31 to 36 there, these episodes, it's more focused on their relationship, where Tony and she kind of now, it's like they're kind of getting into a more serious relationship. She doesn't want them to argue. She doesn't want them to break her for stupid things, and she wants them to be together. And so pretty much forever. So Han Chang-yeon took it that she wants a proposal, but he thinks that they're too young for it, which she didn't mean. She didn't want a proposal. She wants him to listen to her for once, and because she listens to his problem and deals with him, when he should also meet her halfway and commit to her and stuff like that. Pretty much each giving full commitment or meeting halfway in the relationship and everything, and he doesn't. So he doesn't know anything about her. She tells him that, did you know that I'm allergic to mangoes, and that's why I like strawberries, and you didn't even know that because you don't listen to me, And it's just like, it's not that I want a proposal, I want to marry you. I just want us to be in a good committed relationship and stuff like that. So he starts becoming a good boyfriend, finally listen, taking care of her, meeting her parents, being a gentleman, and becoming a better person than his parents, showing people who he actually really is inside, because being him himself on the inside, he's actually very different from what he puts up an image of. And then his stepmom comes and, you know, makes it official, and his stepmom meets Tonin's family and make it where, like, you know, they are in a committed relationship where they will be moving on to the next step, you know. So parents meet and all these stuff like that, you know. And then in episode 35, you know, so throughout these episodes, like, Wang Hao doesn't really get along with Han Xiangyan because of his problems and what he did to them in the past. So, you know, things finally patch up between these two dumbasses, because for years they never forgave each other about the past, and they always hate each other. They get into a fight because, you know, Wang Hao brought Han Xiangyan to Beijing and, you know, put him into this and leave and get married and have kids and all stuff like that, retired, and make it difficult on the teens. So they hated each other for that. They bump heads and everything like that, and eventually they finally patch up. They're drunk, they apologize and all this stuff like that, and everything goes well. So from episode 37 to 38 there, Han Xiangyan's team K&K, they finally won a championship. So what he did throughout these episodes is, like, there's other team members from other teams that they get kicked out or they lose or they get left out. He picks them up and he has them join his team. He tests them out for their skills and he have them join their team. Unlike Team Solo and other people here where they have like a couple people in their team only, he does his team a little bit different. So he creates different things differently, you know. So we get to see him do that. And then he finally explains to Tonian why Solo decided to leave the team. And back then, you know, he wanted to give the captain position to Han Xiangyan because he didn't feel that it was right for him to continue being team captain anymore, because he wasn't doing well for them. And so when Solo Wang Hao decides to retire, Han Xiangyan was still thinking about it, whether he should pick up this team. He made the team wait 3 years, and before he knew it, the team got tired of waiting. The team went on and joined Team SP, where they can have more sponsorship, pretty much money, financial, to help them and everything like that. And then he had nothing left, and he felt like he should create his own team where he provides a little bit different rules and policy for them. So that's how he created Team K&K. And then, you know, after all these hard explanation and everything like that, he tells her about winning the championship and how he won his first ring from his first championship and stuff like that, and he used it to propose to her. She got nervous and confused and she didn't know what to say, so he took it that, like, she didn't want to marry him, and she's like, no, it's not that I don't want to marry you, you know, it's just so sudden. Like, I didn't expect for a proposal, you know. When I stated that for us to be in a committed relationship, I didn't ask for a proposal, you know, I didn't mean marriage. So he's all, it's okay, and then I will propose another time. And then we get to see, so throughout these episodes we have Tony has a classmate friend, and his name is, I think it's Sheng Hui or something like that. He is like crazy in love with her, and he hates Han Xiangyan, and he doesn't understand why she likes him. So he tries to like make a move on her, and he gets upset and everything, like, why don't you like me and stuff like that. And she tells him that, you're my friend, you know, I don't see anything towards you. And the reason why I like a person like that is regardless of his flaws, I like him for everything. And then, you know, the friend gets upset and the friend leaves and everything like that. And then this gets her to realize that, like, she's actually ready to marry him and accept his proposal, because, you know, regardless of what the situation is, or regardless of what happens in the future, she is really, really madly and insanely in love with him, and she wants to be with him for the rest of his life. So the next time he proposes, she's not gonna stumble on, like, hesitate on her answer. She's going to marry him. So from episode 39 to 41, these last couple episodes are just about the final competitions that Team K&K goes to and wins, and they improve a lot compared to the past. And then what is it, at one of the competition, I think it was what is it, I think it was at the 10-year legend something, where his team, they won this big trophy. Han Sheng-yen decides to propose there, and he proposed and she agrees to it, and they were on like the big screen and everything like that. And after that, he takes her to visit her parents, asks for hand in marriage. They agree, and then they went on and registered their marriage certificate. And then it shows like some time has passed, and it shows Tony sleeping in Han Sheng-yen's arms in the bus as they're going on to the next competition. And and then they're officially married. She travels with him to his competitions and she supports him, and now she's his wife. And her wedding ring is like, he didn't give her any specific, like, you know, buy her like an engagement ring and stuff like that. He gave her his competition ring that he won. He gave it to her, and she treasures it because it's like his first time ever winning it after so much struggle, and there's so much in there, and she cherishes and she loves it. So it's like a special meaning to her too, and to him, where it's his first pretty much trophy ever he won, and to give it to her, she will forever treasure it because it's a token of his love and his hard work. So, you know, and that pretty much ends it for us there. So yeah, that was just a very short recap and review on all these from episode 6 to 41 right there. To be very honest, it is a very slow paced drama. It doesn't seem like it's going anywhere, and you will get annoyed with Han Sheng-yen's character, but at some point you kind of don't blame him. You know, the reason why I don't blame him is because Wang Hao left him high and dry, and he didn't have anything, you know, and like he created his team K&K from ground up, and he provides them everything, luxury living, and like I don't blame him for getting cold and arrogant towards other people, you know, because he would live through the hardship, and like pretty much it's like, you know, he doesn't want his teammates to ever go through that, and he wants them to focus and work hard on their gaming because he was never given that. So in a way, you kind of look at it as like, you know, how for me as an example, growing up, my parents didn't have the education. They struggled a lot to provide for me and my siblings, and putting a roof over our house, and you know, it pushed me to go, I want to actually get the education and everything, the degree and everything like that. So I actually, to me, I hope my siblings does go far as me or farther. You know, I graduated the highest with the highest degree and everything in my family, and I want to provide the best for them because my parents never had that before. And it's the same thing for, you know, doing it for Agashe. You know, he had a very difficult life, and as his wife, I want to provide him the best. I want him to live luxury, live the life he never lived. So pretty much Han Sheng-yen's character is like that, so I don't blame him for being so arrogant and cold and annoying sometimes, because, you know, he experienced hardship and he wants the best for his team, so I don't blame him for that. But if it's just a drama you just want to watch and just let it slip through and not having to worry about dramas and stuff like that, this is something just to watch for fun, honestly, for me. But watching this, I actually really like is it Li Xin, who plays Han Sheng-yen. He plays very good, you know. Apparently he's a goofball, and playing this character, it's hilarious because he's nothing like this character. So it was actually really nice to see him playing something opposite of him. But I don't know, there's not much to say about this drama besides what I just gave you guys. But if you guys have not checked it out, do check it out if you just want something to watch for the hell of it while you're waiting for another drama to come out or to air. So that is it for this drama review, and I will see you guys in the next drama review.